Mr. City Manager, we are ready for a study session.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, thank you very much, and good evening, City Council. With us tonight is Clay McQuarrie. Clay is the Executive Director of Rebuilding Together Kansas City, a longtime partner of the city of Gladstone and some of his programs, and he's here to give his annual presentation update.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Is this on?
No.
What's the trick?
On the bottom.
Now over here. Now it's on.
Thank you, think?
Can you hear me now?
Can.
I really appreciate it now more than ever because I had acute laryngitis just like 4 weeks ago. And let me tell you, it's no fun, so I don't want to go back there. I always appreciate the opportunity to meet with you. My annual report, I guess you could say, for what we've been doing and what's the latest and greatest of Rebuilding Together, so look forward to that. And so I'm going to whip through some stuff. This time, instead of showing you all Gladstone projects, I've decided I'm going to show you stuff to give you... Hey, it's on its own. How do you stop that? I must have just pushed it a few times accidentally. Okay, so anyhow, I just want to show you, gives you an idea of what we do as more of a total program approach. So this is our Safe at Home program, do safety modifications. And a lot of people aren't familiar with that product. Instead of tearing out tubs, you can cut them out like that. And it's a lot less expensive. So those run without the convertible door there is about $650. With the doors, closer to $950. That's called a vertical rail. You can put it up about anywhere in the room. Sometimes grab bars aren't, this thing's advancing on its own, where I'm just, okay, how do you do this, dude, without the timer? Is it me?
Point at the computer right there.
Point at the computer? Is that the problem?
Yeah, just once.
All right. So anyhow, so this just gives you an idea of some of the projects we've done, and a lot of these are safety modifications. On this particular one, the lady was using the concrete blocks to the left of that concrete there, the before and after. Those are steps, but they were loose, so not very safe. And that one, the daughters were afraid she was going to fall down the front yard, so we put in that long handrail for her steps. That lady's 95 and still driving. And these are called low-rise, long-tread steps. I can't keep it from advancing there. So those are great for people with walkers. Those are AM ramps. Those are steel ramps we use for short-term use. That's great for those purposes. These are wooden ramps. The one on the left was way too steep. We replaced. I'll just talk faster. That lady there said she'd been trapped in her house for 5 years. So this just kind of gives you an idea. We got an awesome volunteer ramp crew. They build the ramps, so all you got to pay for the materials. Now, we're on Rebuilding Day projects. A lot of churches, local businesses, civic organizations adopt a house on Rebuilding Day. And you can see we don't build new houses, but we do make existing houses much safer and eliminate a lot of substandard living conditions. So this is the type of projects that we do on an ongoing basis. Rebuilding Day is September 7th. The Grove did that deck right there. You know the Grove Church, right? They're your neighbors. They do some awesome work, and they adopt a house every year with us, and sometimes beyond that. So, so basically we do a lot of rehab stuff as well as safety modifications. And our main goal is to help people live in their homes as safely as possible for as long as possible. See, Scott, this way it won't be near 15 minutes long. I know, that's what you rigged this, didn't you, so it wouldn't last any longer. I know. That's a house in Gladstone. When Alan Napoli saw it on our selection list, he said there's no way our crew could handle it. But guess what? They did. So we do a lot of painting as well and weatherproofing, fixing windows. We used to let volunteers up on roofs, and volunteers did that project. That one right there actually is in Excelsior, so is that one. But after the last crew that volunteers told us they knew how to do roofing, and we ended up having to do a total roof replacement after they got done, we decided we just pay roofers now. Yes, we do work on mobile homes. The poorest families in Clay County are in mobile homes. That's all they can afford. They do own the homes. They rent the lot. So we do help with mobile homes. Matter of fact, in 2 weeks, we've got 100 teenage volunteers coming in, and we've got a mobile home
When
park.
you came in the ICU and said, I'm sorry, you're never going to walk again, it just like flipped me on my beam. I'm just, how's that going to work? You know? Well, then it works one day at a time. If something's taken away, you have to adapt. You have to deal with it. You can't, it doesn't do any good if you rail against the universe. That doesn't help.
Yeah, took care of that mold and all that.
It's a major project. Good, man. You guys are doing some good work. Looks like a whole new house, isn't it?
It is. It's going to look great.
It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Short period of time.
That's right.
Good one.
We're helping Susan I in Davis because she had applied to rebuild the ghetto.
The fascia board from the kitchen window, I know it's bare, and I know that there's paint chipping out front off the deck, but I don't know how bad the rest of it is. I can't see it. He said, well, you really need it painted.
I've known her for many years. She was an extremely talented pastor, served churches in this area actually for many years. She got rheumatoid arthritis and had to retire at an early age, much earlier than she wanted to. So those are the kind of stories that we like to hear as far as us being able to help people stay at home. Most people want to stay in their own homes, and so, hi Mike. So those are the kind of stories that we like to create. And one of the neat things that's new is this brochure right here with a partnership with North Kansas City Hospital and Clay County Senior Services, Rebuilding Together. The three of us are starting a new program called Capable. There's about 30 of them across the nation. Johns Hopkins University started the program, and now they're helping other communities start programs. So it's now an evidence-based program. And basically it involves nursing, occupational therapy, and what they call a handy person, that's us. We are going in and doing home safety modifications, and it's all about helping people to live safely in their homes. And so it's a wonderful thing. It's now available for people who are 60 and older who live in Clay County, who struggle with one activity of daily living, at least one. And so it's been going on for several years now, and the outcomes of this program have been phenomenal in reducing falls and injuries, reducing medical costs. So we're really excited about this new opportunity to partner with them in this program. So it's available to anybody who qualifies for those things, and you can contact the North Kansas City Home Health. That's where they do the initial screening. So that's a new thing that you didn't hear a year ago. So any questions?
Clay, remind us again how people get to you or how you understand who has the needs that you all can meet.
Sure. A lot of them are referrals that we get from about every entity you can imagine. Actually, this is our 21st year, and so we get referrals from hospitals, from home health agencies, from physical therapists, occupational therapists, people who serve people living in poverty. We get referrals from a lot. But neighbors, relatives, we get referrals from a lot of ways, but that's the main way, I think. And
do you have a huge waiting list?
It varies throughout the year, but we're actually, it usually runs between 20 and 40 throughout the year. But we have a full-time staff. We've got 2.5 of us in an office. We've got a half-time office coordinator and then 2 full-time in the office. And then we have 2 full-time out in the field. So handy guys that are out there doing the work in the houses. And then we also have a lot of partnering contractors, plumbers, electricians, heating and cooling. We have a wonderful bunch of volunteer retired people that like to work with us too, so we recruit them. Yeah. Any other questions?
Great work. Thank you always.
Very good.
Thanks for your partnership. It's a wonderful thing, and your funding goes a long ways. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Clay.
Mayor Prohm, just to kind of add on to that, with Gladstone here, we do have a partnership with RTKC. One of the things, if you've seen our neighborhood Facebook page, I'll put on there a list of things that they do. There's a flyer we have out there with a list of things that they will do. I put that out periodically. Also, my code compliance guys, when they have property maintenance issues and whatnot, we will send that flyer in the mail to them also, so that they know about it too. So from our staff, from a staff standpoint, we are also trying to help get the word out with RTKC and what they can do for our residents.
Well, that's great. Really good. Thank you, Alan.
Enforcement officers really like us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they do.
That's all we have tonight, Mayor Pro Tem.
All right. Well, we have 5 minutes before we'll start our regular meeting, so we'll take a break.
Sorry.
I'll call to order the Monday, June 13th meeting of the Gladstone City Council, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here tonight. We don't usually have an audience like this, so thank you all for coming to join us. Madam Clerk, please note that all council members are present except our mayor, Bill Garnos, who is ill, and we would like to extend our best wishes to the mayor and his wife, Lori, for speedy and full recoveries. If you will rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 is the approval of the agenda. Is there anyone on our council who wants to change the agenda tonight? No. Not, it will stand as presented. Item number 5 is the approval of the May 23, 2022 closed City Council meeting minutes.
Pro Tem Moore.
Councilman Mallon.
I move to approve the minutes from the May 23rd, 2022 closed City Council meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes for the closed City Council meeting of May 23, 2022. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes for the closed City Council meeting of May 23 are approved. Item number 6 is the approval of the May 23, 2022 regular City Council meeting minutes.
Pro Tem Moore.
Councilman Mallon.
I move to approve the minutes from the May 23rd, 2022 regular City Council meeting minute as they were presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the May 23, 2022 regular City Council meeting. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes for the regular City Council meeting of May 23 are approved. Item number 7 is communications from the audience. This is a time at every council meeting when we invite the community to come before us if they have any items that they would like to bring before us that are not on our agenda tonight. If there's anyone in the audience who wishes to approach, we would ask that you come to the podium, give your name and address. No one is brave tonight? Okay, well, we'll move on to item number 8, communications from the City Council. We will start with Councilmember Spallo.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Almost said Mayor. This past weekend, I had the honor of participating in Kansas City's Pride Parade. Drove a vehicle and was witness to thousands of people celebrating at the Pride Parade and enjoying life and being able to live their true lives. And, you know, this goes along with our goals that the City Council sets each year. Gladstone is a very inclusive, welcoming community, and I know that people that identify as LGBTQ feel very welcome here, including myself. And I just am so happy to live in a city that is welcoming and always supports their residents. And it was just an honor to be there, and I look forward to doing it again next year.
Thank you. Councilman Frisbee.
Mayor Pro Tem, this past weekend I got to observe, I'll just say, a member of the leadership team outside of these walls, enjoying what they enjoy doing and having a good time. And sometimes we forget, at least I do, that they're all real human beings and they all have lives outside of these four walls. And it was just fun and to see them enjoying themselves, and I enjoyed myself with them enjoying themselves. You know, and life goes on, and speaking of which, life does move on and move fast, and at some point in time I have to tell you that it's not a secret, and most people know that life does come at you, and July 1st, I will be resigning my seat from the city council, moving west. We are sick and tired of Missouri weather, and we are moving to the desert. It was supposed to be a year from now, but life happens, as I say, and if 2 weeks from now, if the mayor so deems fit that we get our time to speak, I will have further to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Frisbee.
You're welcome.
Councilman Mellons.
Thank you. Last week, our city manager, working with the city staff, they put together and held a barbecue and employee luncheon at Linden Square. Food was great. The weather was wonderful. It was also an opportunity to recognize the city staff for their commitment to the city of Gladstone. And during the luncheon, the Employee of the Year's presentations were made, and congratulations to Bill back there, well earned, Ashley Taylor over at the Community Center, and Charles Miles for being nominated and then selected as this year's City Employees of the Year. Pats on the back to each one of you. And then finally, it's great to see the Northlanders returning to Linden Square for the beginning of the summer concert series. Well attended. It looked like they were having a good time. Thank you, Director Murky. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Well, I would echo thanks to all the leadership team for their big efforts for the employee luncheon. I think it was a roaring success, and I also want to applaud Councilman Mellons for his expert handling of the brisket, and Councilman Frisbee on bean duty. So,
bean duty.
Yes. I also would like to extend my thanks to Director Murky and his great staff for food, art, and drink. So it was a fun event. Had a little weather problems on our Saturday evening, but it was a great event, and I know that that takes a massive effort. So we thank you again for that great event. We hope it just keeps growing more and more for every year. Mr. City Manager, your turn.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Just three quick things. First off, City Hall will be closed on June 20th to observe Juneteenth for the first time in our history, so we're excited about that. Brush disposal at Public Works will be available at no charge to residents through Tuesday to clean up from the previous storms, those storms over the last few weeks. And then finally, it seems with the storms in the area in this time of year, it's important to remind people that a weather watch means stay aware. A warning means take action. Do something. Go to the slowest part of your house, bathtub, whatever it takes to be safe. I just anecdotally in the grocery store heard 3 people come to me and say, "We heard the sirens, we didn't know what to do." And I was floored. And so I chastised them appropriately, and they will take action from now on. So there you have it. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Item number 10 is the consent agenda. Madam Clerk, will you please explain and read the consent agenda?
A consent agenda allows the City Council to consider and approve routine items of business without discussion. Any member of the City Council, the city staff, or the public may request removal of any item from the consent agenda and request that it be considered under the regular agenda if discussion or debate of the item is desired. Items not removed from the consent agenda will stand approved upon motion by any council member, second and unanimous vote to approve the consent agenda as published or modified. Consent agenda. Resolution R-22-23, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with She Digs It, LLC in the total amount not to exceed $648,520 for the 2022 Curb, Gutter, and Sidewalk Program, Phase 1, Project TP2304. Resolution R-22-24, a resolution authorizing acceptance of work under contract with Orr Wyatt Streetscapes for the Rock Creek Greenway Trail Phase 2 project and authorizing final payment in the amount of $7,316 for Project TP2072. Resolution R-22-25, a resolution declaring certain city property surplus. Consider special event permits. Scarecrow 5K Walk Run, Sunday, October 2nd, 2022, Linden Square, 7:30 a.m. Whiskey Fest, Linden Square, Saturday, October 8th, 2022, from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, Happy Rock Park West, Sunday, October 9th, 2022, from 6:30 to 11:30 a.m. Friday Fright Night, Happy Rock Park East, Friday, October 21st, 2022, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Cemetery Tours, Big Shoal Cemetery, Saturday, October 22nd, 2022, from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. Mayor's Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony, Linden Square, Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022, from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Photos and Cookies with Santa and Holiday Nights, Atkins Johnson Farm, Saturday, December 10th, 2022, from 10 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock p.m.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes an item removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, anyone on the council? Staff?
No, ma'am.
All right, I will entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Councilmember Spallo.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The consent agenda is approved. We will move to the regular agenda to item number 11, which is a public hearing, establish Chapter 205, short-term stay, and adding Section 7.205.010, hotel, motel, and extended stay regulations to the Gladstone City Code. I will open the public hearing, and this hearing will be immediately continued to our next council meeting on June 27 to allow staff enough time to make some modifications to and deal with some issues and concerns and suggestions that were brought up in the Planning Commission when this was heard there. So I will open the public hearing, and it will be continued to our next council meeting on June 27th. Item number 12, Resolution R-22-26, a resolution revising the Transportation Sales Tax Fund fiscal year 2022 mid-year budget for the City of Gladstone, Missouri, and authorizing expenditures of funds.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Councilman Malams.
I move to approve Resolution R-22-26.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution R-22-26. Is there any discussion?
No.
All in favor of approving Resolution R-22-26 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Resolution R-22-26 is adopted. Item number 13, Resolution R-22-27, a resolution adopting the 2023 annual operating budget for the City of Gladstone, Missouri, and authorizing the expenditures of funds for municipal services.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Councilman Malams.
I move to approve Resolution R-22-27.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution R-22-27. Is there any discussion?
No.
All in favor of approving Resolution R-22-27, speak by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Resolution R-22-27 is approved. Item number 14, Resolution R-22-28, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Embassy Landscape Group, Incorporated, for the contractual landscape services of certain City of Gladstone parks and city facilities.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Councilmember Spallo.
I move to accept Resolution R-22-28.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt Resolution R-22-28. Is there any discussion? All in favor of adopting Resolution R-22-28 indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Resolution R-22-28 is approved. Item number 15 is the first reading of Bill number 22-20, an ordinance establishing certain fees and charges for services and activities provided by the City of Gladstone, Clay County, Missouri, and amending ordinance number 4.441.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilman Frisbee.
I move to place bill number 22-20 on its first reading.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to place bill number 22-20 on its first reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 22-20 on its first reading, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
First reading, bill number 22-20, an ordinance establishing certain fees and charges for services and activities provided by the City of Gladstone, Clay County, Missouri, and amending ordinance number 4.441.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilman Frisbee.
I move to accept the first reading of bill number 22-20. Excuse me. Waive the rule and place the bill on its second and final reading.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve the first reading of bill number 22-20, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of placing bill number 22-20 on its second reading, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
Second reading, bill number 22-20, an ordinance establishing certain fees and charges for services and activities provided by the City of Gladstone, Clay County, Missouri, and amending ordinance number 4.441.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilman Frisbee.
I move to accept the second and final reading of bill number 22-20 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.597.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the second reading of bill number 22-20 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.597. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Spallo?
Aye.
Councilman Frisbee?
Aye.
Councilman Malum?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Moore?
Aye. Bill number 22-20 stands enacted as ordinance number 4.597. Item number 16, first reading bill number 22-21, an ordinance approving the final plat at 7400 North Broadway Avenue, beginning northwest corner lot 1, Willow Creek, west 150, north 435, east 154, south 435 to point of beginning, in Gladstone, Clay County, Missouri, and directing the appropriate officials to affix their signatures to said plat for recording.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilmember Spallo.
I move to place bill number 22-21 on its first reading.
Second.
Go ahead.
It's been moved and seconded 2 times to place bill number 22-21 on its first reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 22-21 on its first reading, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
First reading, bill number 22-21, an ordinance approving the final plat at 7400 North Broadway Avenue, beginning northwest corner, lot 1, Willow Creek, west 150, north 435, east 154, south 435 to point of beginning in Gladstone, Clay County, Missouri, and directing the appropriate officials to affix their signatures to said plat for recording.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilmember Spallo.
I move to accept the first reading of bill number 22-21, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the first reading of bill number 22-21, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 22-21 on its second reading, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
Second reading, bill number 22-21, an ordinance approving the final plat at 7400 North Broadway Avenue, beginning northwest corner, lot 1, Willow Creek, west 150, north 435, east 154, south 435 to point of beginning in Gladstone, Clay County, Missouri, and directing the appropriate officials to affix their signatures to said plat for recording.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilmember Swallow.
I move to accept the second and final reading of bill number 22-21 and enact it as ordinance number 4.598.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the second reading of Bill number 22-21 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.598. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Spallo.
Aye.
Councilman Frisbee.
Aye.
Councilman Malum.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Moore.
Aye. Bill number 22-21 stands enacted as ordinance number 4.598. Item number 17, first reading Bill number 22-22, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding agreement with the North Kansas City School District for providing space at the Early Education Center campus to temporarily relocate police headquarters.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilmember Malum.
I move to place bill number 22-22 on its first reading.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to place Bill number 22-22 on its first reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing Bill number 22-22 on its first reading, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
First reading Bill number 22-22, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding agreement with the North Kansas City School District for providing space at the Early Education Center campus to temporarily relocate police headquarters.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilman Malum.
I move to accept the first reading of bill number 22-22, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to accept the first reading of Bill number 22-22, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing Bill number 22-22 on its second reading, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
Second reading Bill number 22-22, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a memorandum of understanding agreement with the North Kansas City School District for providing space at the Early Education Center campus to temporarily relocate police headquarters.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Councilman Malum.
I move to accept the second and final reading of bill number 22-22 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.599.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to accept the second reading of Bill number 22-22 and act it as ordinance number 4.599. Is there any discussion? I'd just like to say that we are very pleased to have this opportunity with the school district to partner once again with them to be able to utilize space at the Early Education Center campus for the relocation of our police headquarters. Hopefully this is a win-win for the city and for the school district, so we really appreciate their continued partnership, our continued partnership with the district. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Spallo.
Aye.
Councilman Frisbee.
Aye.
Councilman Malum.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Moore.
Aye. Bill number 22-22 stands enacted as ordinance number 4.599. Is there other business to be brought before the council this evening? Seeing none, we are adjourned.